Now, our next guest is an entrepreneur, Republican presidential candidate, and accomplished rapper. Please welcome on Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek!
How you doing? It's good to see you.
Okay, so Trump's getting indicted. What the heck's going on? I know you have a short time, so let's try to be succinct. We have some questions, but what the heck? Is he going to be busted? I mean, January 6th, we know that there was agent provocateurs. We know that there was a bunch of weird stuff going on. What's going to happen in your opinion?
I think they are going after him one way or another, like an immune system goes after a virus. They're just not stopping. Now, this indictment, like the prior ones, is politicized. It reeks of politicization because they're using novel legal theories. And here's my general rule of thumb in the United States of America. If you're going to go full third world, if you're going to go full banana republic on this and indict a political opponent in the middle of an election who's also a former U.S. president, it better darn well be a cut and dry legal case, not using some unprecedented legal theory. And yet this is an unprecedented legal theory for two reasons. One is there's a Supreme Court case called Alvarez in 2012 that expressly says a candidate for elected office can make statements that are false or inaccurate. Yet that's at the heart of what this indictment's all about. And the other thing is, notice who the four co-conspirators are. Four of them are lawyers. So this sets up a really dangerous precedent for the American legal system to say that if you're a lawyer and you're offering legal advice, but it's something that a court later believes or a prosecutor believes was a legal theory they don't agree with, then you are now criminally liable too. That's actually the part that no one has talked about yet, but that worries me deeply. And yet here we are. That's actually, I think, one of the most dangerous parts of this indictment is the implications not just for Trump, but for the future of the legal system and even the lawyer-client, attorney-client relationship. That's supposed to be sacrosanct, not anymore after this indictment.
Well, Vivek, my family, we're in the bail bond business, so I know a lot about the criminal justice system, and we have a abhorrent, disgusting criminal justice system that people actually in the conservative side says, oh, racism isn't real, but actually black people are disproportionately charged with crimes and they have worse outcomes than white people sometimes. I'm just saying we have a corrupt justice system that goes after vulnerable people, and then we have a way we can weaponize it as well. So, no, I think our justice system doesn't even exist personally, but I guess it's better than like Nigeria, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's better than some.
I mean, I don't want to malign Nigeria.
Neither do I. I apologize. And they handle COVID better than us.
It might be better than China. It might be better than China. But here's what I will say is this is not really an even-handed application of justice when you have to look at each of these prosecutions in the context of the other ones. Right? The first one was brought by a DA who expressly ran for elected office on an electoral pledge of going after one man, and then he made good on that promise. Now you have a political party that's in power, Joe Biden, literally going after his rival in the middle of an election in the documents case without mentioning the Presidential Records Act, the most relevant statute for how a president deals and former presidents interact with documents while they were in office. And then now you have this new unprecedented legal theory. They clearly wouldn't be going after him if he weren't running for office. Why did they wait this long? More than a couple of years to bring this. This is not a coincidence. And I think that this is part of a downward slide in this country. It's going to be very difficult to heal the damage that this is going to do on trust in our justice system. I am running for president because I hope to provide inspiration to the next generation that we can still be a nation founded on the rule of law. But you're right, this isn't a Republican or Democrat issue. It is the same FBI that threatened Martin Luther King Jr. with suicide on the back of illegally collected tapes that's now targeting different political opponents today. And the more we're able to see this not through a Republican versus Democrat lens, the more likely it is that at least we're going to be able to get through this united and stronger, saying that whether or not you agree with Trump, this is not how we do things in the United States of America.
Well, I'm a little black-pilled. I'm almost kind of hopeless that outcome will ever happen. But let's now be funny. We talked about serious stuff. Vivek, legendary rapper. You're at Harvard. We have to bring it up because that's what the people like. I'm famous.
I love talking about it. It's just this indictment just came down. I'm going to be just really honest with you. I'm making my way through this. I'm a lighthearted guy. I'm not in a particularly lighthearted mood.
Oh my gosh, Vivek, we got to have fun though. Okay, well, I'll rap to you.
There's a former president who has been just indicted in what I think will be, this is just in the last hour, I think one of the things that's happened in American history that we will be paying decades for. I'm literally in the middle of reading this indictment, but I wanted to come through and
no, and I appreciate that. But how do you think Trump handled
lighthearted
COVID?
guy, but this is not a lighthearted movement.
Vivek, how do you think Trump handled COVID, though? Do you think that was good that he? Yeah, he didn't handle it very well. How do you think he handled the January 6 people after they all got arrested and then grandmas went to jail? Do you think that his legal fund supported them enough, in your opinion?
I don't know the details of whether his legal fund supported them. Here's what I will say: many of those people deserve to be pardoned. A lot of those people were there peacefully protesting.
Trump had 11 days to pardon him. Why didn't he pardon him when he was president still?
I think he should have, and he could have. And you know what? It is a shame that people have suffered the way they have. What I can say is, as U.S. president, on day one, I will pardon every peaceful protester who was there on January 6th.
That's what we need. We need a pardon. Okay, rapid fire question. Was the moon landing real or fake, Vivek?
Was the what, moon landing?
Real or fake?
I have no evidence to suggest it was fake, so I'm gonna assume it was real.
Okay, 9/11, inside job or exactly how the government tells us?
I don't believe the government has told us the truth. Again, I'm driven by evidence and data. What I've seen in the last several years is we have to be skeptical of what the government does tell us. I haven't seen evidence to the contrary, but do I believe everything the government told us about it? Absolutely not.
Last two questions.
The 9/11 Commission? Absolutely not.
Yeah, 9/11 Commission lied. Last two questions. I got a question to my producer who went to Princeton, loves you because you went to Harvard. You guys are rivals. He gets to ask one question, then you get to go. This is what they say. I've become very good friends with Kyrie Irving. A lot of people talk bad about him. He's plays for the Dallas Mavericks. He's been telling me about this thing about the ice wall and flat Earth. So is that true? Is it true that the Earth is flat, Vivek, like Kyrie Irving says?
I don't believe the Earth is flat. However, I do believe that people should be able to express their opinions and question what used to once be called a conspiracy theory about the COVID lab origin is now reality today. And so I believe in free speech and open debate. I don't think that he should be silenced or suppressed from expressing his opinions. I don't believe the world is flat, but that's a separate matter.
Yeah, I love that. Okay,
last question.
Jimmy,
probably.
get in there, hurry.
So I played football at Princeton. We're rivals, but one
Nobody
of my
cares.
teammates went to your high school, St. X, and he was wondering if, as president, you would get St. X Blue Bombers a new stadium.
Why would you ask such a freaking question like that?
So
specific. That is so specific.
I have a hat that I wear right now. I've been on the board of St. X, so that would be the hat that I would wear when I would decide about the new stadium, rather than in the White House. And I'm glad you guys lightened up what I was in a kind of bad mood when we started this conversation.
We're trying to get you
a good mood.
Will you make the Monday after the Super Bowl a national holiday as president?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Will Monday be off?
Only if the Bengals win.
Okay. Okay, last thing, because you got to go. So I kind of made up a rap. Vivek, gonna eat you up like some chicken fried steak. You are a pimp on a blimp. When you win presidency, I hope you eat a lot of shrimp. All right, you're the man, Vivek. We love you. Keep up the good work. You're zooming up in the polls. I'm sure DeSantis is a little nervous. You're running a great campaign, so I appreciate you giving us some time to come on here. And last hard question. They say you're connected to Soros. Debunk that. 2 seconds now. No connection to George Soros, evil person, right?
Zero connection to George Soros. I have been one of the biggest critics of George Soros.
Thank you.
People make stuff up, and that's the answer in politics, but absolutely right.
You're the man. All right, thank you, Vivek. Have a good evening, my friend. Talk to you soon, hopefully. Hopefully you'll talk to me again. I'll be nice, I promise.
Yeah, I'd like to, and hopefully under better circumstances.
No worries. I know it's a bad deal, but this is the other thing, too. They're going to take out Trump, I think, under any circumstance, and so it's just kind of a futile. But I think it helps you. I think it only pumps you up in the presidential polls, so.
I'll do my part. If I'm put in charge of leading this country, we will end this corruption once and for all, but we'll talk more in the future. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, Vivek, thank you.